TV soap news and spoilers say that the sultry summer air hung heavy over the manicured lawns and opulent estates of the elite community known as Beyond the Gates on June 26, 2025. Beneath the polished veneer of wealth and privilege, secrets simmered, threatening to boil over into chaos. Today, the residents of this exclusive enclave faced moments of truth that would alter their lives forever. From nervous first days to shattered romances and sinister plots, the events of this day would ripple through the community, leaving no one untouched. Join us as we unravel the gripping stories that unfolded, each one a thread in the intricate tapestry of drama that defines Beyond the Gates. Eva Thompson stood before the towering glass doors of Ted Harrington's corporate empire, her heart pounding like a war drum. June 26 marked her first official day as Ted's executive assistant, a role previously occupied by the formidable Kat Vanderbilt, whose reputation for efficiency and poise was legendary. Eva, with her modest background and untested confidence, felt the weight of those expectations pressing down on her. The pristine office, with its sleek marble floors and panoramic views of the city, seemed to mock her insecurities. Could she, a newcomer to this world of power and privilege, fill the shoes of a woman who had been the backbone of Ted's operations for over a decade? The morning had begun with a sleepless night, Eva tossing and turning as she replayed every possible way she could fail. Her palms were clammy as she clutched her leather-bound notebook, her carefully chosen outfit, a tailored navy blazer and pencil skirt, feeling like a costume rather than armor. She had always been diligent, but this was no ordinary job. Ted Harrington was a titan in the industry, a man whose sharp gaze could unravel the most composed individuals. Eva wasn't just nervous, she was terrified. Her salvation came in the form of Nicole, her longtime friend and confidant, who met her for coffee in the bustling cafe across from the office. Over steaming lattes, Nicole's warm smile and steady voice cut through Eva's spiraling doubts. "You've got this, Eva," Nicole said, her tone firm yet encouraging. "Kat was great, but you're not here to be her. You're here to be you. And you're brilliant." Nicole's words were a lifeline, pulling Eva back from the edge of panic. They talked through strategies, how to manage Ted's demanding schedule, anticipate his needs, and handle the inevitable curveballs of corporate life. By the time Eva stepped into the elevator, her resolve had hardened. She wasn't just going to survive this day. She was going to make her mark. Inside the office, the day unfolded like a high-stakes chess game. Ted was a whirlwind of energy, barking orders and expecting instantaneous results. Eva scrambled to keep up, her fingers flying over her tablet as she scheduled meetings, fielded calls, and coordinated with the board. A minor crisis erupted when a key client threatened to pull out of a deal, and Eva's quick thinking, suggesting a compromise that saved the contract, earned her a rare nod of approval from Ted. By the end of the day, her nerves had given way to a cautious confidence. She hadn't just survived, she had begun to carve out her own place in this intimidating world. But as she left the office, the question lingered, could she sustain this momentum, or would the pressure of Beyond the Gates eventually break her? Elsewhere in the gated community, the sun cast long shadows over the pristine fairways of the country club, where Ashley Monroe sat alone at a wrought iron table, nursing a glass of iced tea. The sting of her recent breakup with Derek still burned, a wound made fresh by his abrupt decision to end their 3-year relationship. Derek had been her anchor, her partner in navigating the glittering but treacherous social circles of Beyond the Gates. Now, with that chapter closed, Ashley faced an uncertain future. Was she ready to open her heart again, or would the scars of betrayal keep her guarded? Her thoughts were interrupted by the arrival of Andre Carter, her oldest friend and, once upon a time, something more. Andre's easy smile and familiar warmth were a balm to Ashley's bruised spirit, but there was an undercurrent of tension between them. Years ago, Andre had been infatuated with her, his feelings an open secret that had nearly derailed their friendship. Now, he was committed to Danny, a vibrant artist who had brought a new spark to his life. Yet, as they sat together, reminiscing about old times and sharing quiet laughter, Ashley couldn't help but notice the way Andre's eyes lingered on her, a flicker of something unspoken passing between them. Their conversation turned to the future. Ashley confided in Andre about her fears. Of being alone, of losing her place in the tightly knit community. "I don't know what's next," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. "Derek was my plan, my safety net. Now I'm just drifting." Andre reached across the table, his hand brushing hers in a gesture that was both comforting and electric. "You're stronger than you think, Ash," he said. "You don't need a safety net. You need someone who sees you for who you are." The words hung in the air, heavy with implication. Was Andre speaking as a friend, or was there a deeper truth he wasn't ready to admit? For Andre, the moment was a crucible. His relationship with Danny was solid, built on mutual respect and shared dreams. But sitting across from Ashley, he felt the pull of their shared history, a connection that refused to fade. He remembered the summer nights they'd spent sneaking into the country club pool, the way her laughter had once been the soundtrack to his world. Those feelings, buried but never gone, stirred uncomfortably. Where would this lead them? Could they remain just friends, or was the spark between them destined to ignite something more dangerous? Meanwhile, across town, Anita Dupree stood in her elegant living room, surrounded by the trappings of a life most could only dream of. The crystal chandelier above her gleamed, casting prisms of light across the room, but Anita's thoughts were far from the luxury that defined her family's legacy. She had been away for weeks, tending to business in Europe, and had returned to Beyond the Gates expecting a quiet reunion with her family. Instead, she was about to be blindsided by a revelation that would shake her to her core. Her brother, Martin, had always been the golden child of the Dupree dynasty, his charm and ambition carrying him far. But beneath his polished exterior lay a secret so dark it threatened to unravel everything the family had built. On a fateful night months ago, Martin had crossed paths with Kenneth, a shady bouncer at the country club who operated in the shadows of Beyond the Gates' elite circles. Kenneth had witnessed something that night, something Martin desperately wanted to keep hidden. Now, Kenneth was wielding that knowledge like a weapon, blackmailing the Duprees with demands that grew bolder by the day. Anita's family had kept her in the dark during her absence, shielding her from the escalating crisis. But on June 26, as she sat down with her parents for what she thought would be a routine catch-up, the truth came crashing down. Her mother, voice trembling, revealed the extent of Kenneth's threats. "He knows everything, Anita," she said, her eyes brimming with tears. "If we don't pay him, he'll destroy us." The details were chilling. Martin's secret night had involved a reckless decision, a moment of weakness that had left a trail of evidence Kenneth was now exploiting. The family's reputation, their business empire, their very place in Beyond the Gates, all hung in the balance. Anita's shock gave way to fury. How could Martin have been so careless? How could her family have kept this from her? She demanded answers, her voice rising as she confronted her brother. Martin, usually so composed, looked like a man unraveling, his face pale and his hands shaking. "I didn't mean for it to go this far," he stammered. "I thought I could handle it." But Kenneth was no ordinary adversary. He was cunning, ruthless, and determined to bring the Duprees to their knees. Anita's mind raced as she processed the news. She had always been the problem solver, the one who could navigate the family through any storm. Now, she faced a challenge unlike any other. Kenneth's blackmail wasn't just about money, it was about power, about exposing the cracks in the Dupree facade. Anita knew she couldn't stay on the sidelines. She would have to return to the heart of the conflict, confront Kenneth, and find a way to protect her family. The stakes were higher than ever, and the path ahead was fraught with danger. Would she be able to outmaneuver a man who thrived on others' secrets, or would the Duprees' legacy crumble under the weight of their own mistakes? As the sun set over Beyond the Gates on June 26, the events of the day left an indelible mark on its residents. Eva, buoyed by her small victories, stood at the precipice of a new chapter, her confidence growing but her challenges far from over. Ashley and Andre, caught in the delicate dance of friendship and unspoken desire, faced a crossroads that could redefine their bond. And Anita, armed with the truth about her family's peril, prepared to wage a battle against a foe who held all the cards. These stories, interwoven with ambition, betrayal, and resilience, are the heartbeat of Beyond the Gates. The community, with its manicured lawns and glittering facades, is a pressure cooker where secrets fester and alliances shift. June 26th was not just another day, it was a turning point, a moment when the residents were forced to confront their fears, their desires, and the truths they could no longer ignore. As the stars emerged in the night sky, one thing was certain: the drama of Beyond the Gates was far from over, and the days ahead promised even greater upheaval. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. TV soap news and spoilers for more updates on Beyond the Gates.